Hey, Daejeon is the city Korea sent all its scientists to, and somehow it also ended up with the country's most famous bakery and a mountain where everyone walks barefoot on purpose. 2 days here, spring cherry blossoms, and the kind of city that rewards showing up with a loose plan instead of guessing your way through. I already built out the whole 2 day route into a template you can edit, so grab that. Links in the description. Spring here sits around 12 to 22 degrees. Cherry blossoms line the Gyejoksan stream, and the days are long enough to pack in a lot without rushing. Day 1 leans into why Daejeon calls itself Korea's science capital, a repurposed World's Fair site, the National Science Museum, and then a bakery that might be the most popular building in the city. Daejeon Expo Science Park is what's left of the 1993 Daejeon World Expo, 141 countries, 14 million visitors, over 93 days, all here to show off the future. That future is now a quiet, sprawling park with outdoor science installations and a 93-meter observation tower called Hanbat that still dominates the skyline. On a spring morning, the place is nearly empty. You get the futuristic pavilions, the music fountain at the tower's base, and bird song instead of crowds. This was a real BIE-sanctioned World's Fair, same category as Lisbon 98 and Shanghai 10, so the bones are genuinely worth walking. 5 minutes on foot from Expo Park, Korea's National Science Museum sits here, not in Seoul, in Daejeon, because this is where the actual research institutes are. The planetarium is the draw, a dark, quiet dome that's a genuine reset after the open grounds of Expo Park, and the natural history halls hold up even if you don't read Korean. Planetarium shows have fixed seating and fill on weekends, so grab a ticket at the main gate counter when you walk in. General admission to the rest of the museum is free. The building is enormous, so pick your battles. Planetarium plus natural history is the combo that won't eat your whole afternoon. Ask any Korean what to do in Daejeon and they'll say the same thing. Go to Sungsimdang, a bakery founded in 1956 by a North Korean refugee who started with 2 sacks of flour. The signature fried soboro is a crumble-topped, red bean-filled, deep-fried pastry that comes out warm with an audible crunch. It's unlike anything you've eaten. There is always a line, but it moves fast. After 3 p.m., it's shorter, and the fried soboro usually outlasts the chestnut bread, which sells out earlier. 4 branches, all in Daejeon. They've refused every offer to expand to Seoul, and they donate all unsold bread, roughly 40 million won a month. Day 2 dials the pace back, a 96-acre arboretum built on an old Expo parking lot. Then a mountain where you take your shoes off and walk 14 kilometers of red clay. Hanbat Arboretum is the largest man-made urban arboretum in Korea. 1,787 plant species across 96 acres, and almost no foreign tourist has heard of it. The whole thing was built on the parking lots of the 1993 Expo. Korea turned a World's Fair parking lot into its biggest urban garden, which is a pretty remarkable conversion. Spring cherry blossom tunnels here rival anything in Seoul, with a fraction of the crowds. And the tropical botanical garden has a waterfall that feels like stumbling into a greenhouse mid-city. Enter through the west gate at 9 a.m. for the softest light and quietest paths. Free admission, no reservation, just walk in. Gyejoksan Mountain has one of the only dedicated barefoot walking trails in the world. 14.5 kilometers of red clay circling the summit, and people travel from across Korea specifically to take their shoes off here. You hike 200 meters up through forest, reach the red clay, and join grandmothers, office workers, and kids all walking barefoot in complete seriousness because they believe it cures insomnia and stress. The clay is warm and soft underfoot once you get past the initial hesitation, and a side trail leads to a 6th century stone fortress wall at 420 meters, with views over downtown. Bring a towel because the foot washing stations sometimes run low on water, and don't wear anything light colored, the red clay stains. Leafful is where Daejeon locals bring out-of-town friends. Warm wood interiors, big windows, and a pistachio berry mousse that justifies the entire cafe stop. That mousse has a pistachio dacquoise base, a strawberry rhubarb compote core, and a pistachio mousse exterior. It's the kind of dessert that makes you understand why people plan cafe itineraries. Late afternoon light floods through the windows, and after 3 hours of barefoot mountain hiking, the whole place feels like a reward you earned. Closed Tuesdays, so if your second day lands on one, swap this to another cafe or rearrange the days. The moose is worth protecting. Daejeon is the kind of city that doesn't advertise itself, but shows up with a World's Fair park, a bakery with a moral code, and a mountain full of barefoot grandmothers who walk faster than you. I mapped out this full 2-day Daejeon route in an editable template with a map view, links in the description and pinned comment. Let me know which stop you'd add or skip, and drop your own Daejeon finds in the comments.